Alright guys, we're here with IntoMobile. We're taking a quick little look at the Nokia E7 just announced. Check it out. It is the E7. Kind of like a bigger brother to the N8, which we've been seeing a lot of recently. But the biggest difference being, of course, the bigger 4-inch AMOLED CBD display. CBD stands for ClearBlack display. And what Nokia says is they put a polarizer on the back of this AMOLED display. And what that polarizer does is it gets rid of a lot of the glare and reflection that diminishes the black. So you'll notice that the picture is pretty clear. And the blacks, notice that picture right there, the black in the background is ridiculously deep. And the colors can really pop. Compared to other AMOLEDs, it's really impressive. There are the Super AMOLEDs from Samsung that do a good job as well, but this is another approach to improving AMOLED performance, and I think it's really good. Notice that when you do, the software does seem to be pre-production, so there's a little bit of a delay between me swiping my finger and the home pane screen going. But notice that when you swipe the home screen, you get three, of which you get three. The background changes, so that's cool. Let you know where you are, and then you can personalize by holding the screen down. And if I say holding down on this guy and moving over here, just like so, and then moving this guy over here, and then done. And then that's how you customize your home screen there. This is, of course, Symbian 3. And you've got the standout on this guy is that it's got the QWERTY keyboard right here, the full QWERTY keyboard. Unfortunately, no dedicated number row on the top, but you can get to the number characters by holding down this key right here and then typing your numbers out. The keys are fairly flat, not raised too much, but the spacing is good. Tactile feedback is really good, actually. The clicks are perfect, and actually a very usable keyboard, especially considering the form factor, the landscape form factor of the keyboard. Very, very nice. Now the slider mechanism is actually really interesting. Notice that when you slide it open, it kind of lifts up over there. It doesn't just slide down, it lifts up so that you get the tilt action going on, and you get that little piece of, that's actually aluminum back there. It's not plastic, it's an aluminum backplate that props up the keyboard, so you do get the tilt right there, and looks like I accidentally activated the camera. But that gives you an idea of how this thing flips open. If you take a look at from the side, the front end will lift up a little bit as it slides out. And that's a really cool mechanism right there. So anyway, so that's got a 4-inch AMOLED display, very cool right there. This is, of course, the home button as well as the applications button. Push that again for the applications. And it seems to be working pretty speedily now. If I were to hold this button down, it would bring up the applications launcher and let me quit any multitasking application. It's not working right now. If I tap it again, I should bring up the applications, the destinations of which, and then applications are in there. And of course, we've got the screen lock slider right here. Slide that down and it locks the screen. Slide it again and it opens the screen up. We've got the volume control slider. It's not a rocker, it's not a button, it's actually a slider. You slide it up to increase, down to decrease. This is actually the SIM card slot, and that's actually really interesting because everything is metal. This thing is made out of all aluminum, and everything is metal, including the SIM card tray, which is actually really good. Unlike the N8, this guy has an 8-megapixel camera and no physical shutter, but it does have the dual LED flash, so that is really cool. At the top, you can see the 3.5mm headphone jack right there, the power button, the micro USB port for charging and data, but also the HDMI port. So you put in the HDMI cable here, and you can output 720p HD video and audio to your TV. And the bottom here, unfortunately, the battery is sealed, so there is no access to the battery. But you have the all aluminum construction all around. It feels really solid. And so holding down the shutter button right here brings up the camera. And again, no physical shutter, no Carl Zeiss optics, but you do get the 8 megapixels with the dual LED flash. The Wi-Fi isn't really working in here, so I'm just going to disable that. For the camera, there you go, taking a picture of my DSLR right there. Half press. Well, that was full press, it looks like. Just press to take the picture, pressing real quick. Shot-to-shot time does suffer a little bit, as you can see. I'm taking pictures as quickly as I can here, and the shots are suffering a little bit. But what's cool is you can actually edit the pictures right on the camera, and gives you all these different options: rotate, resize, crop, bubble text, effect. That's really cool. We'll cancel that. You can also change to go check out all the photos. And of course, some of these photos are good, and a lot of these photos were taken here. But let's just go back. And you can, of course, trash your photos straight from there. And if you want, you know, while you're taking it, you can switch to video mode real easily. Switch back to camera mode, and there are all these different settings accessible right from here. You can hit the settings button, and you go right into settings there. And every time you hit a button, it vibrates a little bit, so you do get a little bit of tactile feedback. You can change the flash settings as well. That's a quick look at the camera there. But basically the standout feature here is the slide out, the flip out, and tilting QWERTY keyboard meant for business. Of course, looking at the home screen, it does feature the mail for exchange support, which is a big thing for Symbian 3. And the UI may look a lot like, you know, the Symbian S60 that you're used to, but really the hardware makes a big difference. Unfortunately, the software is not final. But what's cool is that this is mail for exchange. So if you are, you know, in enterprise and you need your exchange mailbox access, this will give you everything from MobiMail to Gmail to mail for exchange. So that's a quick little look at the Nokia E7, the successor to the Nokia N9000 communicator from days of yore.